Hi guys, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well, I guess it's monkey see, monkey do, or perhaps the same fan who chose to call Wanda Moore, Latisha Scott's mother, decided to call Latisha. Latisha goes on to say, I received this message from this young lady on my personal cell phone. I understand that you enjoy the show and thanks for watching, but I think this is when fans turns to fanatics in regards to anything I have ever experienced in my past. I suggest that you do your research and make sure you have the correct information and report 100% facts. Your attempt to slander and embarrass me will last about 48 hours, like everything else. I would hate for this effort to have to be presented over to my lawyers. That's basically that's what she said, but I cut off that part. So I mean, we understand the fans of this show is extraordinary. They are like none other. They go above and beyond. We see that the same person or a different person may have heard her bragging about calling Wanda and how she retrieved Wanda's phone number. And perhaps the same person or a different person went the same route to find out Latisha's information and they proceeded to text her. Okay? And she has the information. She has the phone number. When you text, you can't block your phone number. You can't block your phone number from a text. And they have a right to their privacy. I mean, it's one thing to say stuff about them, but to call them up on their personal phone numbers. Now that's going a bit that's doing a bit much. Okay? And as she's indicated, it's mugshot after mugshot after mugshot. Who is going to step up to the plate and be the mature, the adult one? It's tit for tat. It is tit for tat. The Carlos King show is a part of it. They go on there. One person says something, the next person has to respond. Kiki's police records was released. This isn't even the situation we're speaking about in regards to the show. But this is what happens when you put your life in front of an audience. And not every television show, but this particular show. I've never seen anything like it. We know that this particular show spills over into the internet. I haven't seen another show do this. However, her police record was exposed. And then I don't know if she did it, but from the looks of things, she exposed Marceau and Latisha's. Maybe she didn't do it. Maybe, the fans researched it and looked it up. This is old news. This has been put out before. But I guess because Kiki's was out, they figured, hey, they talking about Kiki, so let's bring their stuff out. It's never ending. It's a revolving door. It's never going to end. And like Latisha said, I could take the heat, but just get your facts together and know what you're talking about. I could take you trying to embarrass me because it's going to last all but 48 hours. We know 2 days and it's on to the next thing. But I think it's very unfair that somebody would call their personal cell phone numbers. Say what you want about them on the internet. Say what you want about them in a video. But to go and call them as if she's going to give you a statement, and I know a lot of bloggers do that. They want to break stories. They want to, and that's fine. That's fine. But Latisha has already proved to us that she's a private person and she will not be giving you any exclusives. you know, so you could put out on the YouTube and for people to scrutinize. She goes live with Marceau pretty much. You've never seen her by herself because, and he's her protection. He kind of leads and guides her, on what to say, what not to say. And, you know, um, they both go off of each other. They both pull from each other, as far as that. But I thought I'd bring you this story after bringing you the situation with Wanda. I've heard a lot of the commenters, and let me address that here. Wanda did not know that she was being recorded, but she assumed. You understand? She knows this is a messy world that we live in. Things are typical. She knew, I guess, based on the conversation the girl was having with her, and she kept asking her to repeat herself. She probably just assumed that the girl was trying to get an exclusive of, record her or whatever. And so she put out that message just in case. I don't believe she heard, that the girl released the tape or released the recording. I don't believe the girl released the recordings. I know the girl did go on Color Me Pink, bragging to her friend about, how she called up Wanda. But, I don't believe she released the actual recording of her and Wanda on the telephone. So, who's next? Again, like I've said, these people did not do their homeworks. They did not fortify things before going into this public arena. Perhaps they were naive as to how crazy some people can get and be, how they will research till they can't research no more. And they're going to pull out every stone. So once you decide to go on, national television, even if you're not on national television, your privacy is over. Your privacy is over. And so that's what we have here. Latisha sending a direct message, you know, exposing the young lady. She didn't say a name, exposing the person who contacted her and asked her if she wanted to make a comment or if she wanted to give a statement as to her and Marceau's, mugshots or police records being exposed. Latisha could care less about that. She doesn't care about that. I'm sure she understands what she's dealing with in this 3-year span, almost 4. I'm sure she is aware of it. How she left her number, unattended. How she allowed her number to get exposed. It was a slip. It was an error. She probably wasn't even thinking about that. She probably didn't think somebody would go that far, but she understands now, and I'm sure her number is, privatized now, but before now, she never had to worry about, you know, somebody crank calling her or doing these sorts of things. In all these years, I guess nobody's done it, but they've done it now. They've done it. They've done it now. And on the situation about Wanda and her food truck, it's been said that she does have her food truck, but have you all stopped to think that perhaps that's a storyline? I mean, because I'm almost certain the way Wanda talks about the funds, the monies that she has, I'm almost certain Wanda can pay for her own truck, her own food truck. That's her desire, her aspiration. I'm sure she was not depending on Marceau. To tell you the truth, I believe it's a storyline. I believe it's a storyline to put him and his wife in a certain light, as if they're holding, as if, they got it like that. They got $40,000 to give her. Perhaps. I believe it's a storyline. But again, why would she spend her money if she knows her daughter her daughter agreed to, to pay for it. Her daughter told her that she would pay for it for her mother. Marceau is talking a bunch of smack in front of the audience, but he knows if they told Wanda they're going to give her the $40,000, they're going to give her $40,000. But we've seen, like everything else, how long this is played out on TV. It's a good storyline. And again, they'll milk it until it runs out, period. So that's just to answer, I get a lot of questions and so on and so forth. So that's my take on it. You know, um, if Wanda got this or if she's got money, why she need them. I don't know if she needs them to pay for a truck. But if your daughter offered to pay for a truck for you, why would you spend your money? If they tell her no, she's going to have to spend her money. But from my perspective, I think it's a storyline. I think it's a storyline to make her daughter look like she has some type of authority. She has some type of power in her marriage, that it is partly her money, and she can make decisions. I think it's a great storyline, and they're running with it, so I won't feed too much into it, you know, and it's giving Marceau, some airtime. It's giving him, an authoritative figure, like, he's the head of the household. What he says goes. And and then it gives Tisha, a position as to, Marceau does what I want, what I tell him to do. And if I said my mother's going to get, the whole thing, guys, just come on. This stuff is typical. But anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.